The march begins 8:30 in the morning. Two men, killed and 6 injured in a major traffic accident after the National Agriculture and Trade Show. And Minister of Foreign Affairs and Education, Francis Fonseca, recovering tonight after open heart surgery. We'll have details. Also, fighting words from the PSU president to the mayor of Corozal Town. We'll have both sides. Plus, Channel 7 wins the Belize's prize for investigative journalism, but we still don't know who thief Budna. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Monday, May 4th, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Crank.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
At Cellular World, we believe technology shouldn't just be functional. It should make your home uniquely yours. Design your smart home with the full range of Samsung appliances and TVs. Equip your kitchen with smart and stylish fridges, advanced microwaves, and whisper-quiet dishwashers, bringing smart living to the heart of your home. Make daily tasks simple with efficient smart washers, powerful dryers, or an all-in-one laundry hub that adapts to your lifestyle. Experience true-to-life colors and spot-on sound with the Samsung Q LED Smart TV. Connect all your spaces instantly with the Smart Thing app for seamless control wherever you go. Get all your Samsung products today with the peace of mind that only the 1-year warranty from the authorized distributor can give you. So stop by your favorite location and start designing your smart home today. Only at Cellular World.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing hereby reminds the public of construction works being carried out for the expansion and rehabilitation of a portion of the Philip Wilson Highway from mile 8 to mile 24.5. Work is well underway. From mile 24.5 to the Lord's Bank Junction, upgrades will include hot mix, asphalt and concrete paving, wide shoulders on both sides of the road, a roundabout at the Borough Boom Junction, culvert installation, and large drains, the construction of bus shelters, road signs and marking, and properly designated junctions at the entrance of the Old Northern Highway, Maxborough, the HRCU housing community, and Los Lagos. From Lord's Bank to the Vista Del Mar Junction, upgrades will include expansion to a 4-lane highway with hot mix, asphalt and concrete paving, wide shoulders, sidewalks and drains on both sides, roundabouts at the Lord's Bank Road, Mirage Road, Billiken Road, and Airport Road intersections, designated pedestrian crossings, culvert installation and the clearing of the canal, installation of bus shelters, and road signs and markings. Every effort will be made to execute the works in a manner that minimizes road user inconvenience. but all road users should expect and plan for travel delays within active construction zones. Please, drive safely. Do not speed. Do not drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Do not drive recklessly. Please be courteous. Respect other road users. Adhere to the direction of traffic safety personnel and drive with due care and attention.
Historic heat waves are affecting countries like never before.
Children are at risk because the humidity is very high, and the days in Belize are getting pretty hot. It's much hotter than before.
Children can become very sick when there are high temperatures and when we are experiencing extreme heat.
I feel my skin burning sometimes. My shoe, it feels very hot when I walk around.
So we encourage teachers, students, and parents to encourage children to carry water in their water bottles.
I think they should always have water in the classes to refill their water just in case they cannot come out to buy the water or their water finished in class.
You should do your research on heat stress, and that way you'll be able to easily identify symptoms if they are present in you or your children or any family members. And then if they are present, you ought immediately and take yourself or whoever to healthcare facilities.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust has a name. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Champion security, champion security, champion security. Yeah. Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, champion security. This is the place to be. What does sign say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check over the go on inside of Champion Security. And boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Yes. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Hanson. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where your safe stay is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You want to rent it, it's not a problem. We got remote gate.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Two men are dead and 6 people are recovering after a major highway collision on Saturday night. It happened at the hour after the National Agriculture Trade Show when traffic in both directions was very heavy. Jaleesa Roberts reports on the death of 2 electricians.
A group of Digi employees returning to the city from the agricultural fair were involved in a serious head-on collision Saturday night. The incident occurred around 7 p.m. when their van struck a westbound Ford Escape.
On Saturday, 2nd day of May 2026, police responded to a fatal road traffic accident between miles 16 and 17 on the George Price Highway. Upon the arrival, they saw two vehicles, a Ford van and a black Ford Escape, along with a motorcycle that had damages. Found trapped inside the SUV were two persons who were identified as Nelson Hemsley and Glenn Lamb. They were seen motionless. The driver of the van was identified as Chadwick Isagiri, and the driver of the motorcycle, David Lambe.
Police say Hemsley clipped the motorcycle and then veered into the lane of the BTL van.
Information is that the black SUV hit the motorcycle first, or thereafter swerved into the lane of the oncoming van, causing a head-on collision. Hemsley and Lamb were taken to the KHMH, where they were pronounced dead on arrival. An investigation is being carried out into this fatal road traffic accident. The information we have, yes, they were speeding, but we will await the urine sample results to determine if alcohol was a factor.
At least 4 BTL employees received various injuries.
The persons are all in stable condition and they are receiving treatment. Some were released and some are receiving further treatment.
The deceased were hardworking men with families. Nelson Hemsley was a well-known electrician and a father and a grandfather. We spoke to a family friend.
He was on his way back home from Belize City, and that's how we know an accident transpired. Nelson was more than just, he was everything to a lot of people. Somebody could call on to show up for every event, be supportive. He loved his wife dearly. As a matter of fact, he was planning a surprise party for her in August. He just told me last weekend how excited he was. Nelson was everything to his sisters. Somebody could call upon, the big brother. Nelson was everything to everybody.
And the family of Glenn Lamb saw the accident on the road, but didn't know it was their own loved one in the wreckage.
We saw the incident or the accident on the road, but I would never believe that was my brother, because he came here the evening and he came and dropped off his clothes to my mom and told my mom, we were talking on the porch now, and he was telling my mom, I have to come back tomorrow because I have to work again, but I'm going home, and he dropped off his clothes, asked my mom to please wash it for her. And my mom turned around and told my brother, bye, I love you, son. And I told my brother, bye, I love you. And he went about his business because Mr. Hemsley was waiting on him outside,
And the families also reflect on how they will miss their loved ones.
Nelson was humble, quiet. When he did say anything, it meant a lot. Humorous, loved seeing people have fun. He wasn't a drinker, he wasn't a smoker. He just loved people and loved life.
My brother was, he was a joker. Honestly, he was a joker. Like, he will lighten up a room. He will come to you and tell you a whole bunch of jokes, like fool with you, get on your nerves as much as he could and get you so upset. And after that, he will make you laugh of whatever he tells you, So, and my brother was a very humble person. He didn't hang out. He didn't drink alcohol. He didn't smoke. He didn't do any of these things. Clubbing, nothing. My brother was just all about work and home.
Talisa Roberts, 7 News.
We'll let you know if and when charges are brought. A Minister of Health and Foreign Affairs, Francis Fonseca, is recovering tonight after a major medical procedure. 59-year-old Fonseca underwent major open heart surgery at the KHMH, where we are told surgeons performed a triple bypass surgery that suggests that he had a significant blockage in 3 of his coronary arteries. Fonseca had reportedly planned the surgery after experiencing chest discomfort, and scans revealed the blockages. A press release from government says, quote, Fonseca successfully underwent a medical procedure today. Following this procedure, the minister will proceed on a period of medical leave. New bus fares went into effect across the country today on all bus lines. It's an increase of 50 cents for short runs and $1 on long runs. It may not seem like much, but some commuters, especially those on short runs, say the weekly costs will increase their cost of traveling by 20%. Government is subsidizing the diesel fuel for bus operators for 3 months to try and offset some of the cost increase caused by spiraling world fuel prices. The Ministry of Education says its subsidy for school buses will cost almost $250,000. On Thursday, the Minister of Transport told us that electric transport is the only way forward.
No, I concur with you that in the short term, we still have to grapple with the diesel powered buses for sure, and to try to do that as best as possible until the electric buses arrive. I believe that the plan to transition to electric buses and also our policy of having low import duties on electric vehicles overall will aid our people in the medium to longer term. But yes, in the short term, we have to work together and try our very best to come through, so that when that time comes, when we in the medium term, we will be able to do better. And the experience, for example, in a country like Taiwan, they transitioned to full electric vehicles over there as a policy. So I believe that trend will just increase exponentially around the world.
We'll take a first break now, but there's much more news ahead, including a war of words between the PSU president and the Corozal mayor. Don't go away.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The Sembrando Vida project in Belize is a product of the commitments made by the governments of Mexico and Belize, signed on May 7, 2022, with the visit of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador to Belize. The first phase of the project was launched in June of 2023, benefiting some 2,000 small farmers, and so today we witness the launch of phase 2 of the project, with another 2,000 Belizean small farmers set to benefit.
Sembrando Vida consists in three components. The first one, the financial, or $114 from up to 8 months, in-kind support, including seeds, plants, agrochemicals, and agroforest tools, and the improvement of productive units.
Con el apoyo del programa pudimos continuar con nuestra producción de maracuyá, pitahaya, guanábano y diversos árboles frutales, implementando técnicas y compuestos orgánicos que nos han permitido mejorar la calidad de nuestros productos, nuestra salud y sobre todo cuidar y proteger el medio ambiente. Gracias al programa no solo hemos mejorado nuestra economía, sino que también hemos encontrado un sentido y propósito de orgullo en todo lo que hacemos.
I'm Randall Friesen and I manage Westbell Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
Let me remind you once again, no farmer, no food. Agriculture is not just an industry, it's a way of life.
So all of this is grown in Stone Creek. How is it so far since yesterday?
We have a very good crop of tomatoes, of sweet peppers.
This is over 100 tons because we have rich soil. For the past year again, guys, over 8,000 heads going to Mexico on the hoof, and about 33,000 going to Guatemala on the hoof. So we are expanding in the cattle industry. Hello, sir.
I'm good. How are you?
Very good to see you, sir.
Young man, how are you? Yeah. Like this.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kayla Linares. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Bin it.
Over the past 5 years, Digi has invested more than $17 million to revolutionize Belize's digital future. Our advanced 4G LTE network and expanded fiber infrastructure have empowered vital road arteries, connected the farthest valleys and fertile farmlands, linked the bustling cities to the remote keys, and brought cutting-edge connectivity to schools, businesses, healthcare centers, and tourist destinations, fueling economic growth, enhancing education, and strengthening communities across the nation. By choosing Digi, you're leading Belize's digital transformation, bridging distances, opening opportunities, and empowering every corner of our beautiful country. Connect with Digi. Empower Belize.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
In Belize, change isn't just coming, it's already here. When people have tools, knowledge, and power, they build the future they want. This is what a game-changing partnership looks like: equal, lasting, and led by the next generation. From greener choices to inclusive growth and innovation, Belize and the European Union are shaping tomorrow together. Every action, every voice, every breakthrough, it's all a part of the same story. Game changers, empowering the future. Follow the EU in Belize to discover the game changers.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Dexter Diego, a police officer already under interdiction for previous sexual offenses, is back behind bars tonight. Diego appeared in the Belize City Magistrates Court this afternoon to face 4 new counts of rape of a child allegedly committed while he was out on bail for a similar case. Diego, originally from Dangriga, appeared before Senior Magistrate Manon Dennison this afternoon. The charges against him specify a disturbing timeline. 3 counts of rape allegedly occurred in December of 2024 when the victim was 10 years old, and a 4th count allegedly occurred in 2025 when the minor was 11 years old. Because of the seriousness of this offense, no bail could be offered, and Diego was remanded to the Belize Central Prison. He is scheduled to return to court on July 8th of 2026. On August 11, 2023, he was arraigned on 5 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse involving a 14-year-old. That case is pending a high court trial. This past Labor Day, the NTUCB organized a parade and rally that included all the unions under its umbrella. Each union has issues at the forefront that they're currently fighting, whether concerning collective bargaining agreements, essential service arbitration, tribunal delays, or severance battles, among others. And at Friday's rally, each union president had the chance to give a short speech with the Minister of Labor, that is, and the Minister of the Public Service, as well as other guests in the audience. The PSU president took that opportunity, with the Belize City Mayor present as well, to condemn the idea floated by the Mayors Association of a pension for themselves. With video courtesy Marion Ali Live, he called it an affront to the treatment of municipal workers.
What is their demand? A pension plan. A comfortable retirement package for themselves. They argue that after years of public service, they deserve compensation for their hard work. On its face, that might sound reasonable, but fellow workers, we must look beyond the glassy surface and examine the record. Mayor Rigoberto Vellos, president of the Mayors Association, is the man who now demands a pension on the backs of taxpayers. Yet it is the same mayor who has done everything in his power to prohibit the organization and unionization of municipal workers in Corozal. When the workers of Corozal Council approached the Public Service Union of Belize in 2023, when Mayor Vellos was the guest speaker for our 101 anniversary, seeking assistance in educating and organizing themselves, it was Mayor Vellos who made it his business to block every effort by the union. The PSU took the only recourse available. They wrote formal letters of complaint to the Labor Department and the Mayors Association, including the Executive Secretary aspiring mayor. And what was the response, fellow workers? Silence. Stony, absolute, disrespectful silence. The tragedy does not end at the border of Corozal Town. With the sole exception of the cities of Belize City and Belmopan City, municipal workers across the remaining 7 municipalities do not enjoy the right to belong to a union, or are they covered by any collective bargaining agreement.
In response to those criticisms, the president of the Mayors Association, Rigoberto Vellos, clarified that the topic of a pension is just a proposal floated in a meeting. He explained that it's not a priority for them, but said it's not off the table either. We spoke to him via Zoom this evening.
Like many other topics, when we have Mayors Association meeting, we discuss many other things, many different things. And when it comes to that particular topic, it was mentioned by certain mayors, but none ever materialized from it. I mean, we have not demand anything. We have not made any formal requests. It was a simple discussion, like many other discussions we have. I don't think it's a priority for the mayors right now to even think or be demanding for anything like that. No, we have our priorities straight, and which is continue to have a good relationship with our people, continue to work extremely hard, as all municipalities are doing right now. That is our main priority.
But do you think that his criticisms are valid, that just by having the discussion, just that this being in the realm of possibility is contradictory to how workers in these various municipalities are being treated?
Well, I am sure that, no disrespect to Mr. Flowers, but I am sure that he's trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. No, so everyone is entitled to their belief. What I can guarantee you is that we have never made a formal request or anything that is attached to pensions for mayor. The truth is, all workers have a right to join a union and work with a union. I am no one to say you can't or you can. That's a choice that has to be made by individual workers. I would never block off anybody from wanting to join the union because that's their own right, their own responsibility, if that's what they choose to do. So I don't see myself. It did shock me because they had invited me to be a guest speaker at their event, and I went. And I felt good that they invited me, and felt good that I could have been or was a guest speaker. So it did shock me for him to say that I block any worker. Like I said, that's a right of a worker, and I would never intervene. I would never stand in between. If any worker wants to join the union, they can do it. That's their choice. I can't stop that. I'm no one to stop that.
Going back to Friday's Labor Day rally, the Minister of Labor, Karim Musa, was the keynote speaker giving his speech after all the presidents of the various unions. He began by acknowledging their plights and spoke about the history of workers' rights. He also explained the progress of the Labor Department. Here is a snippet of his speech.
I am pleased to report that the comprehensive review of our quite ancient Labor Act is now underway. This process updates the law to reflect present-day realities, strengthen enforcement, improve dispute resolution, and address issues such as migrant labor, child labor, and evolving employment arrangements. The goal remains a framework that is clear, balanced, and practical for both workers and employers. Belize is also advancing the Decent Work Country Program for the period 2024 to 2029 in partnership with the International Labour Organization and national stakeholders. This program supports labor institutions, encourages dialogue among government, employers, and workers, and expands access to decent work across the country. Workplace safety, as Brother Luke said, we have to rush the USH. I know we had a poll back in the Senate this past week, but I am confident that those are issues that we can resolve quickly, because at the end of the day, we have to protect our workers and ensure that they are safe. But I want to acknowledge the work of the unions here, Madam President. It is because of you and pushing the Occupational Safety and Health Bill 2025 why that bill has now become an act, or will soon become an act. So congratulations and thank you for your hard work in that.
PSU President Flowers pointed out that the Labor Commissioner and the CEO were notably absent. The government of Belize is moving early to protect its farmers as forecasts point to a longer than usual drought season. The initiative is a joint effort between the United Nations World Food Programme, the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, and the National Meteorological Service of Belize. Farmers in Orange Walk, Curzon, and the Cayo districts are expected to feel the brunt of the drought. We spoke with Henry Charles Usher, the Minister of Disaster Risk Management, about the collaboration.
Now, the role of the National Met Service was to utilize the data that was available to them, or is available to them, analyze it and make a prediction as to what they believe will be an extended drought. So this anticipatory action mechanism is being triggered now, and it is to assist farmers in 3 districts, Orange Walk, Corozal, and Cayo. They will receive assistance ahead of the prolonged drought, as is anticipated, and it is in the form of a cash advance, which can be used as the release speaks to, I believe, water storage equipment, irrigation supplies, even drought-tolerant seeds. So the assessment and the determination of the farmers that will be part of this program was done by the World Food Program before, And these are the farmers that will be targeted, the small farmers that will be assisted with this anticipatory action cash advance. Farming on a whole is a risky endeavor, and every farmer can tell you that they are at the whims of Mother Nature. And sometimes you have prolonged drought, sometimes you have too much rain, you have flooding, etc. So we have to provide as much data as possible, and we have to be able to get that information in the best possible way to our farmers. This is just a continued collaboration that we've had with our partners internationally and locally to make sure that we can get the information, analyze the information, and disseminate that information to our farmers. In terms of trends, this year we're expecting a longer than usual drought because of the weather patterns that we're seeing both in the Atlantic and in the Pacific. And this is a reason why we decided to go this route, to be able to have our farmers, especially our small farmers, prepared for the season.
How long is the drought expected to last?
Well, it's just a prediction, but it would be longer than what was originally thought. Of course, you know we're 26 days away, more or less, from the hurricane season. So we have to start to be prepared for that. But it seems that the extended heat and extended drought will continue right into that season.
The drought is projected to be even more severe than the one in 2025. In police news tonight, police are still working to identify the John Doe found on Labor Day Friday in Belize City. ACP Gilberto Romero gave us more details today on the injuries observed on this still unidentified body.
Okay, on Friday, the first day of May, police responded to a report that a body was found in the water by the Belize San Pedro Express water taxi. The body was retrieved. It was seen as a male person in his 30s. He's about 5 feet 6 inches in height, of Creole descent. We are seeking the public's assistance in identifying this person. As so far, no missing person has been made, and the body has not been identified. Well, he had minor bruising to the face, but we will await a post-mortem examination to determine his cause of death.
There was a shooting in the city yesterday evening. The victim, Karch Burns, was targeted inside his vehicle on Baghdad Street and remains in critical condition tonight. ACP Gilberto Romero says they believe the shooting stems from a prior incident involving the victim.
On Sunday, the 3rd of May 2026, police responded to a shooting incident in the Baghdad Street area in Belize City. On their arrival, they learned that someone had been shot, and the person drove to the KHMH for treatment. Police went to the KHMH where they saw Karch Burns with several gunshot injuries. He reported that he was in his vehicle and he was fired upon by a male person, and he received several injuries. Karch Burns remains at the KHMH in a critical condition at this time. The only information is that he had an incident days before at Pongyard with some other persons over a vehicle. He was the intended target. He had an incident there prior, so we suspect that has something to do with it.
Romero also gave us more details on 2 murders that occurred in Orange Walk last week. The first murder occurred in Santa Martha, and police are looking for 2 suspects in connection.
Then on Monday, the 27th day of April, police responded to a report in Santa Marta in the Orange Walk district where a person had been reported missing. Thereafter, a family member found the missing person. He was identified as Francisco Garcia, a farmer of Santa Marta. Garcia was seen with several chop wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Information is that he was taking care of his farm when he was attacked by persons unknown. An investigation is being carried out, and we are seeking 2 persons of interest who can assist with this investigation. No one is detained, but like I mentioned, we are seeking for 2 persons of interest who also have a farm in that area. 2 of the items were recovered, and so we are seeking these persons for questioning.
In the second murder, which happened in Chan Pine Ridge on Tuesday, police have established that water delivery man, 42-year-old Roberto Villafranco, was lured to the village by a bogus call for water delivery. Romero gave us more details.
On Tuesday, the 23rd of April, police responded to a shooting incident at Champine Ridge Road in Orange Walk. Upon arrival, they saw the lifeless body of a male person identified as Roberto Villafranco, and he was seen with gunshot injuries. Also seen was another male person who was a sideman of a truck at the time. Roberto Villafranco was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Information is that both were called to that area by an unknown caller who had asked for water. When they arrived, as soon as the driver stepped out, he was shot. We had one suspect in custody, but he has been released after investigation. An investigation continues into this report. We have established that it was not a robbery, it was a targeted shooting. We had one detained, but he was released. We did not have sufficient evidence, but the investigation continues. We have some footages. Those are being reviewed, but where the shooting actually happened, there is no cameras there.
And in terms of controlling crime across the country during the Labor Day weekend, ACP Romero says that they were happy to report that there were no major crimes thanks to an increase in police patrols.
Well, we do not have any major incidents. Those patrols were on the highway during the entire holiday and were also deployed in different areas. And so, yes, we had no major incidents reported over the weekend. Again, we had the Agric show over the weekend, and yes, persons were consuming alcoholic beverages, but there were checkpoints and patrols and also sufficient personnel at the event to prevent any incidents. We have them deployed, like I said, countrywide, and yes, we see their results, and we have less major incidents. We had no major incidents over the weekend except for these road traffic accidents.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll show you the touching tribute to fallen cowboys at the National Agricultural and Trade Show. Don't go away.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
2026 marks a major milestone in the history of Belize's healthcare sector. The 25th anniversary of the National Health Insurance (NHI) program and the long-awaited national rollout of NHI services to the Cayo district, finally fulfilling a dream of primary healthcare coverage for all Belizeans. What started as an idea in 1998 became a reality in 2001 and has served thousands of Belizeans over the last 2.5 decades by providing access to quality healthcare, now in every corner of Belize.
One of the central pillars of NHI is access to quality healthcare.
All Belizeans will have access to quality hospital services through a national health insurance system.
It's a milestone that the whole country and all of the people of Belize, anyone who has a social security card, it's minimal out-of-pocket expenses, it's high-quality primary care. It allows almost all the population then to have the same level of health care wherever you are.
In 1998, the then Honorable Said Musa convened a group of us to work on the manifesto, and then a group of people in the medical field, and started brainstorming of how we could better healthcare for Belizeans.
The beginning can be traced to a study done by Cambridge Consultancy, where they produced a document on how to improve healthcare in Belize. One of the features of that study was the proposal that we have national health insurance.
As a matter of urgency, we will radically transform Belize's health system to ensure equitable access to quality health services.
It took a lot of courage to implement and begin the NHI. Prime Minister Musa made the bold decision to implement it.
So with a clear plan and vision for the future of Belize's healthcare sector, the NHI program was launched in Belize City's south side as a pilot project on August 9, 2001.
For the next 6 months, the 37,000 residents living on the south side of the Belize district will be able to receive free health care.
Prime Minister Said Musa, who cut the ribbon at today's opening, remains firmly committed to NHI.
It will involve, as you no doubt have heard, the participation of 4 primary care facilities, 3 eye care centers, 5 pharmacies, laboratories, and 3 imaging centers in a new partnership between the public and private sector health providers.
You can walk into a primary care provider clinic, you can seek a consultation with a general practitioner. If in the event that you need a prescription, they will give you a prescription, and then you have a choice of 5 pharmacies where you can get that medication prescribed free of charge.
And though the NHI embarked on a journey to transform the country's health sector, it was met with its fair share of challenges.
It was a new concept.
It was a new idea, a very, very new concept. It was difficult. We met resistance from everybody. It was a up and down situation for many years until we finally convinced the Prime Minister at the time we needed to do a pilot project to see how it would function. We got consultants and we started the pilot project in the south side of Belize City.
Despite any prior reservations, in the 25 years that have followed, NHI has grown from a pilot project focusing on the south side of Belize City to a national health plan felt as far and wide as Pachacan in the north and as deep south as Dolores in the Toledo district. Today, NHI provides invaluable primary health care to some of Belize's most vulnerable members of society. And as it commemorates 25 years of service and a full national expansion, NHI is ready to move into the next phase of service to the Belizean people, with over 225,000 residents currently registered to the program and expectations for that number to reach over 300,000 after full national coverage.
We have 80,000 people with valid Social Security cards in the Cayo district. So we expect them to be the ones that will come to register for NHI.
Under this current administration, the NHI program has reached new heights, especially with financing from the proceeds of the sale of Toledo to the Belize Government Lotteries Limited. And with no plans to slow down anytime soon, the sky is the limit for NHI as it endeavors to serve Belize for another 25 years and beyond.
The expansion at 25 years is awesome. It marks a milestone. I believe it's going to be a legacy of the PEP government in their effort and their endeavor to give quality care, access to care, and ensure that the people of Belize have what they deserve in terms of medical care.
Well, it's a milestone that the NHI is celebrating 25 years this year, 2026. Now that we have achieved this so far, I would want, or my vision would be that the same applies to secondary health care, that it be extended into the hospital services countrywide. And I hope it doesn't take another 25 years for that to happen.
The role of the social security system will be expanded to increase its contributions with the establishment of a national health insurance program.
I think NHI is forever. It's not gonna go. It might change. It should change. Our communities change, so the way we serve them has to change. But the concept of NHI, the concept of having universal coverage of primary health care for our Belizean people is here to stay.
NHI, an enabler of quality health and wellness for all.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, text, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Camera drones, they are lighter, sharper, and more affordable than ever before, but soon they will also be tightly regulated, even the tiny ones that only weigh a few ounces. So, if you own a drone, operate drones for a living, or if you're thinking about purchasing one, before you do, well, it's best you get acquainted with the new legislation that the Ministry of Civil Aviation will propose this coming Wednesday. The Department of Civil Aviation will hold a public consultation on draft drone regulations to establish formal rules for operating unmanned aerial systems. President of the Belize National UAS Industry Association spoke with us today on the importance of having Belizeans come out to the consultation.
We applaud the Belize Department of Civil Aviation for taking this to consultation. It is something very important, and I want to make it straight. We are not against the legislation of drones. We are for responsible legislation of drones. If you've taken a look at the 55-page document that they've put into place, the technical terms as well as the terminology or the verbose part of it, it's not geared towards regular drone pilots. It is geared towards more a technical aviation specialist, more along the lines of a manned aircraft kind of specialist. But the wording, I think, can be a little bit more simple that everyone can understand. That way there is no ambiguity of where things can actually be, like blurred. I don't know if people are aware, but Belize has anything from a very small micro, what we call micro UAS, which are the very small ones. We have very small mini drones. We have all the way to agricultural drones, which are the Agras T100s that can carry a capacity for spraying of 100 liters of stuff, chemicals. So really and truly, in Belize, the demand for drones is growing. What's going to happen here is the way the drone legislation is, or the operational directive C008 TAC 25 is structured, is it's going to affect all drone operators. They're saying that they're going to have agriculture falls in a different section, and I heard that on your news media. The reality is, although it's an agricultural drone, it's still a drone. So the legislation needs to be inclusive of everybody. What they're trying to do is divide and conquer, but they need to be inclusive of everybody. Everybody needs to follow one clear path instead of having little segments here and there. We need for people to come out. We need for people to look at the operational directive. I know you may not understand what the operational directive is actually saying because of the terminologies, but please get in touch with us at the Belize National UAS Industry Association and ask. That's the only way you're going to know. You are going to be affected by it. If you are a commercial pilot and you're doing jobs out there commercially, you are going to be affected. If you are in an industry that utilizes drones or are thinking of utilizing drones, because there are so many others that have not even started using drones yet, you need to be at this consultation because it will affect you, if it's not now, down the road.
Moreno is holding a virtual meeting this evening to raise awareness among drone operators. It has not been publicly announced, but reports this evening say that the Prime Minister and the leader of government business are in Miami conducting meetings with a group called SSA Marine, a cruise terminal developer and operator. This is in regards to the plan to develop the cruise terminal and bulk cargo facilities at the Port of Belize, which was fast-tracked after receiving environmental approval 1 month ago. Priced at almost $1 billion, it would be the largest single tourism project in the country's history, and overnight tourism interests are watching it closely. Last week, the president of the Belize Tourism Industry Association, which represents overnight interests, said that they have not yet come up with a formal position on it.
I mean, we we looked at the proposals that were sent in. As a board, we have not really put out any formal position on it. And like I mentioned earlier, the need for infrastructure needs to be in place, but that need also needs to be aligned with the areas of conservation, because Belize depends highly on tourism, right? And so we cannot exploit certain areas because then we cut down on on our guests being able to visit these locations, like for example mangroves and the wildlife that lives within that. The protection of our barrier reef, and all of these things are essential for the sustainable growth of tourism. Certainly, we applaud the infrastructure work that is being done by government, but it has to be aligned to the conservation of these areas.
The fourth annual Belize Prize for Investigative Journalism was held this past Saturday, and for the third time since its inception, Channel 7 took home the top prize. The winning entry detailed the abduction of Joseph Budna and the cover-up by the cops, including the leaked surveillance footage of the moment Budna was beaten and kidnapped. Courtney Menzies has a recap of the event.
World Press Freedom Day was observed in Belize with the annual Prize for Investigative Journalism Awards.
As we gather here tonight, we should also, and recognize the journalists of Belize, we should also reflect on the importance of press freedom, which is not an abstract principle, but a living condition for democracy and development. World Press Freedom Day, observed every year on the 3rd of May, was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly back in 1993 as a reminder to governments and to societies of our duty to respect and uphold freedom of expression, as enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And I'm sad to note that we're not doing so well globally. Around the world, journalists face harassment, intimidation, legal threats, and economic insecurity. Indeed, World Press Freedom Day is a moment to reflect and remember those who have lost their lives in the pursuit of the truth. According to the Committee to Protect Journalism, at least 129 journalists were killed in 2025, marking last year the deadliest year on record.
Which means our winner of the $10,000 prize, Jules Vasquez, Brian Castillo, and Denver Fairweather from 7 News Tropical Vision Limited.
And for the third time in 4 years, Channel 7 took home the top prize for the story Taken, the Budna abduction and the police cover-up. And this year's competition was supported by the UNDP. The Deputy Resident Representative spoke about the role investigative journalism plays here in Belize and the significance of press freedom.
Here in Belize, the Investigative Journalism Award is important because it validates high-stakes reporting and honors the critical role journalism plays for a functioning democracy. In Belize, we should be concerned about the level of civic engagement. While Belize scored the highest among all countries in the UN Social Cohesion and Reconciliation Index for English-speaking Caribbean in 2024, Belize also had the lowest level of civic engagement. In this context, investigative journalism is not a peripheral actor. It is a core of democracy's essential safeguards, bringing democratic values to life and spurring civic engagement.
And that engagement is why Joseph Budna is in prison in Guatemala. Budna was abducted after a series of videos he made on his Facebook page, acting as a citizen journalist. And while his story has been heard across Belize, Budna remains incarcerated, and his kidnappers continue to serve in the police department, while the authorities seem to have moved on. This failure to make a single arrest was highlighted in a speech by 7 News director Jules Vasquez.
This is not a profession. As I said earlier, it's a mission. First, I need to say that this was and is the most important investigation I have undertaken. And forgive me for reciting the details, which I have done so many times. But a Belizean citizen tonight languishes in a Guatemalan jail, the victim of a crime that happened in plain sight, an abduction carried out by state actors, by lawmen, and not one arrest has been made. Instead, we have seen official obfuscation, state-level secrecy, and of course, promotions for those involved.
And he emphasized the importance of reporting without fear or favor, and in fact remaining unfavorable in the eyes of the state.
Journalism is not a popularity contest. It is an unpopularity contest. Why is that so? Because to certain people, the truth is unpopular. Mr. Lund spoke about that in his excellent remarks. To certain people, the truth and transparency is toxicity. But to be disliked and maligned by those who murder the truth is an honor, it's a privilege. What did Orwell say? The Ministry of Truth manufactures lies. I urge my colleagues, and I know in a small society it is hard, but I urge them to be rude, to ask the outrageous, to interrogate the truth, to offend the political elites, to reject comfortable falsehoods. I do not want to fall into the trap of comparison amongst my peers, my colleagues, but into the collective spirit of outrage against the political status quo and the spoils economy that fuels the PUDP.
The other finalists were News 5's Paul Lopez and freelance journalists Marco Lopez and Andre Habed. Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
Previous Channel 7 investigative stories that have won this prize include the investigations into the David L. McCoy building and the corrupt practices behind issuing gun licenses. UDP caretaker for Cayo North, Omar Figueroa, has resigned. Figueroa, who won by a by-election in 2014 and then the general election in 2015, served one term as Minister for Fisheries, Forestry, the Environment, and Sustainable Development. Although he lost in 2020 and 2025, he was still holding the fort for the UDP. But not anymore. In a text message to his colleagues, Figueroa says, quote, "I have resigned from my position as the Cayo North caretaker. Continuing in this position would mean that I will be forced to fight against what I believe were premeditated, sinister, and malicious attacks against my character in an official meeting of the National Party Council. These attacks were baseless, unethical, and should have never taken place in my absence. It's best I step aside and ensure that the party does not endure another ugly internal battle." Tens of thousands of Belizeans attended the 2026 National Agriculture and Trade Show over the weekend, with vendors, ministry, exhibitions, dog shows, horse races, rodeo, and attractions for every family member. It pulled large crowds despite the sweltering 100-degree heat on Saturday. At the opening ceremony, the Minister of Agriculture, Rodwell Ferguson, spoke about the agriculture industry.
Belize stands ready to contribute meaningfully to this vision, leveraging our strengths to supply high-quality agricultural products to the Caribbean market. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond policy and progress, this trade show, which was established in the year 1970, is an annual public event that is a celebration of our culture, our people, and our cultural heritage. This year's event promises an exciting lineup of activities, including the much anticipated horse parade, the thrilling rodeo, and the unveiling of the Cowboy Walk of Fame, the competitive horse races, and the ever-popular dog show. We also have the vibrant farmers crop exhibition and cooperative displays, in addition to an array of business booths showcasing innovation, products, and services from across the country. These events remind us that agriculture is not just an industry, it's a way of life.
And NATS 2026 also hosted the largest rodeo event in the country. This year it was done with a twist, honoring cowboys and cowgirls who have died after contributing to the rodeo and cowboy community in Belize. Jaleesa Roberts was there and files this report on the Cowboy Walk of Honor.
Ernest Hemingway once said that every man has two deaths: when he is buried in the ground and the last time someone says his name. In some ways, men can be immortal. Well, 13 cowboys and cowgirls have been immortalized as they joined the Rodeo Walk of Honor. 13 different stories representing lives that were devoted to the love of animals, the sport, and the rodeo. Yesterday at the 2026 rodeo, held at the National Agriculture and Trade Showground, the rodeo committee decided to do something different and honor the lives of those who have left an impact on the cowboy community over the years. Plaques will now be preserved for posterity. We spoke with the coordinator who explained the inspiration.
What we are doing as a committee, we are doing something that we will call now the Cowboy Walk of Fame. You know the story in Los Angeles? If you want to see the Walk of Fame, then you walk a particular street in LA. Or here, you will have the honor to walk it yourself. So 13 plaques 20 by 20 will be laid on the ground tomorrow, and you will see the names of those fallen cowboys. The first one that will be there is Mr. Ken Smith. He was taken by COVID. Jovan Milton, the accident last year, Sean Armstrong Jr., they will be there, right? So we are paying tribute to them.
They were represented by different families who felt the loss of their loved one all over again. The air was heavy with a sense of grief, but a validated purpose in the calling of a cowboy. Jaleesa Roberts, 7 News.
Don't call it a comeback, but Shine Barrow, the rapper, made one powerful comeback concert on Saturday night at the King's Theater in Brooklyn, New York. Shine, the artist, played to a sold-out audience at the 4,000-seat event and venue. He performed songs from his debut album, Shine, which was released 25 years ago. And though he was rapping songs from 2001, fans were rapping along as to a flawless performance. He returns to the country tomorrow. On Thursday, Hand in Hand Ministries handed over the 562nd house since their establishment, but also their 10th one for the year. And this one is in collaboration with Heritage Bank. The lucky recipient, 32-year-old Shanice Castillo, is a mother of one who said she was in need of her own place so that her daughter could grow up in a safe and healthy environment. She applied for the program from 2024, and after 2 years, she was finally chosen. We spoke with her at the handing over ceremony today.
So far, we did all of that, and when she called me again to tell me, Miss Castillo, you were accepted to get a house from Heritage, and I'm all excited because I know I don't feel it already, but I just want to wait for the call. But I get accepted from Heritage Bank and Hands in Hands, and this is where I am wanting my own home, first time owner.
And you waited 2 years for this. So what was that wait like?
Well, I had patience. I wait. I pray. I left everything in God's hands because through me all things are possible. So I left it in his hands, and when not my time, and this not my time. So I have my house. I had a house owner. Yeah, I'm at the rent. So I'm there and I talk because I don't know I'm still got a shirt over my head, but I'm really need my own home because I'm done tired of rent as well. So
your daughter now gets to grow up in her own home too.
Yeah, she excited. She more excited, and when I do this is she as well because then it never really held to her with me there. And then, I want she be safe.
It's an amazing feeling to be able to work with an organization that looks out for the benefits of people that are in dire need. Each and every year, Heritage Bank comes out with their team. They come out stronger each and every year. They take the time to just give back to our community, to people that are most in need.
And That's all we have for you for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Do have a great evening. Join me back here tomorrow at 6.